Hello, everyone. Let's lower this. I think I did it okay. All right, so we've got chat right now, and we're going to say hello to everybody. So, you guys, I'm introducing to those that are unfamiliar with astrology as well as those that have some experience in astrology. So, I'm catering to both as I go through this. So, it's going to be a very simple, at a glance, surface astrology. That will give us little tiny clues into the lives of those that were at the Moscow house at 1122. That would be King Road, um, the day of the murder. Okay. So think about it. There's already six there plus another, or possibly two or more. We don't know. So looking into the astrology is kind of like I took you guys through on if you missed this last live about an hour ago, maybe a little more. It basically broke it down where I showed Ethan's birth chart. That's his actual natal chart. With him being a triplet, I was able to get his birth time. So if you know your birth time and you know where you were born and your birth date, you can get your own natal chart and figure out the aspects. So with that, my beautifuls, let's say hello to a few people. Let me move this over. And hello, Muffin Top, my love. S. Hagen, Pez, Rosebud, Tawny Owl. Good to see everybody. Are you guys ready to do a little deeper dive? I won't say deep dive because we could be into this for the next 5 years because astrology, it's the best way to describe it is like I did last time. It's like an Rubik's Cube, but there's 1,000 sides to it. So I'm being very, very over the surface. Like we're skimming the top of the ocean here. Okay. So I also want to send a shout out to the beautiful 1111 family member that made me this beautiful picture and sent it to me so that we had this to share because with these desktop screens, I can't literally show my camera on my face because it's recording my desktop. And this person had no idea I was going to be needing that. Neither did I. They sent it to me a couple days ago, and boom, we use the ghost tool. Now, remember, you guys, we got 44 in chat. When we did the ghost tool, for those of you that tuned into that, we got specific words like we got palace. Think about it, you guys. These individuals lived at King Road and Queen Road. Palace. Okay. We got the word hunter. Well, Ethan's brother turns out to be Hunter. We got the word 20. Guess how old two of the individuals are? Ethan and Zaina are both 20. Um, there's a lot of little synchronicities, if you will. But the other live will also, and you can watch it after this if you want. You don't have to watch them in any certain order. It does show you normal charts, so that's what we'll start with. And hi, Diva, how are you? Hi, Jill and Leslie. Good to see everybody. And Rosebud. I might have said hello to Rosebud already. It's hard to keep straight, y'all. Okay, how do I say this? The Nas. Okay, pa. Whew. Panastamic ether. Can I just call you fantastic ether? That's hard to say, lovely. Hi, Fairy Dust. How are you? Now, I want to explain to you guys that I have studied astrology for years, but that does not make me an expert. I will always be an amateur. There are so many levels to this. I have not dedicated my life to this. This is just a bird's eye view of surface skimming of the natal charts of the time frame. So I've taken the planets, I've taken the location, and I've got the times. All right. So I've jumped around a little bit in time throughout this experiment, if you will, of understanding. I've never used astrology to look at it as in a crime. I was doing dishes and this hit me like a lightning bolt. See why, Kyle. Hi, Danny. I've been trying to join your minimum. Oh, okay. Well, maybe one of the mods can get you a link Do we have a mod on right now? I think we did. Muffin Top's on. Somebody will get you a link. Otherwise, you can email me at rubberducky2005 at yahoo.com. Don't forget the 2005 part and that it's at Yahoo, but Rubber Ducky. Okay, so let's get back into this. Now, for me to show this to you guys, as much as I adore visiting with all of you, the chat actually on the screen goes over what we need to look at. Hi, Giselle Lovely. Good to see you. And Sassafras. Sassafras and I go way back. So I noticed on the last chat, because I went and reviewed it during our hour break while I ate my supper, that she called me RD. And a lot of people are like, who is RD? Mama D, is RD actually. You could call me Mama RD. You can call me RD. You could call me Rubber Ducky. So I used to have a channel, and I basically stayed on one case for about 4 or 5 years. And I worked, well, I didn't stay on one case. I focused on one case. But I did focus on other cases as well. And I was one of the first people in the waves of true crime, if you will. But it can get very disastrous when you're too close to the location, such as you might be a local. You can get, of course, a lot of creators get death threats back then. We were getting absurd death. Well, I was getting absurd death threats. It was getting crazy. And at the end of the case, I found out something that not many people are ready to understand what a crisis worker is. So we're going to move on real quick. So that channel sits over there, and you're welcome to go look up that channel. Okay, enough about all that. Are you guys ready to dig in? I'm ready. Okay, here we go, chat. It's time for me to switch over. We're going to take the comments off the screen. We finally learned that. And let's see what we have off the bat. So we have at 10:05 p.m. the night they're at the bar. So this is the 12th of November. If you're wondering the timestamp of the date, you can look at the top left on your screen. Let me see if I can, like, there. Okay, so this says IM, which is the Idaho murders, 11/12/22, 10:05, and this is the natal chart. Now, the 4 trines. So when I say trine, it is 3 aspects or energy. I'll say energies coming together to form a triangle of energy that commingle. Okay, so it's taking milk, adding chocolate milk or chocolate powder, stirring it up, and maybe adding some sugar or cream or something. So you're making something. The 3 energies come together, and they're notable. And so when I get 4 triangles, 4 trines in a row, I have to look at it and go all the way straight across. So I'm going to snap a picture, and then we can use our marker, our pen. Okay? All right. So this is the area I'm talking about right now. See that? And then we want to look this way. And you can see this symbol. I'm trying to point my fat finger. That is Neptune. So Neptune is an illusionary. Something isn't what it seems. Very mysterious, very uncut, like unseen, very hidden, very secretive, with 4 trines. Those trines also are represented by that same triangular mark right here. Okay, now I'm going to undo that, and we're going to try it again because my fingers are fat. Now, because these trines all line up on top of each other, at 10:05, I believe the energies of the 4 victims were all very remotely close to each other, if not in a vehicle together, something where they're all aligned together, okay? Now, let's spread this out a little bit and look a little bit closer. Well, actually, hold on. Let's take all that off. Now, let's look at this. So a trine is the shared energy, correct? With that being a mysterious energy, it's interesting because these whoops, these four triangles right there, those trines, they align with the energies right here. Am I doing it right? There. So I've got the sun, I've got the crescent moon. So sun is Leo, moon is water. It could be Cancer, could be Pisces, also could be Scorpio. Then I have Mercury, communication. Mercury can be a Libra, it could be a Gemini. In this case, I truly believe it to be Gemini because Maddie as well as Kaylee are Gemini. And then the final energy that it's showing is Venus, love, which can represent Ethan because that's one of his strong signs is he's got that Venus when he's born. We already reviewed his birth chart in the last life, so you'd understand that. So this could actually represent all four of them. So we would have a Leo, which I felt like Zaina is like a strong Aries, possibly Cancer. I'm hearing Cancer, but she may have an Aries moon. She has Aries fire sign, I believe, somewhere in her chart. There's some fire energy here showing up. And then I have the moon, which is the water sign. Then I have the air sign. And then I have well, basically Venus, love. All right. So that's all going on at 10:05. Now at 10 o'clock, none of this is going on. None of that. There's no four in a row. There's three together. So it makes me believe if I was following this, okay, I don't want to quite go to 2 a.m. So hold on, that's 3:40 m for, okay, noon. We're going to walk it a little tighter. So we were at 10. Yeah, I studied a lot of charts today. Like this was my deal. Okay, that's actually their move-in date. You don't see any triangles at all down there. You see them? No. Well, you see one or two. So that's why I'm saying there's not as much commingling there. Okay, this is at 10:10. All right, so that's about the same. 10:15, it's still about the same. But you can see where the energies of those blue triangles are staying very near each other, right? There's also some squares. Now, I want to get into the meat of it here. At 10:30, it's still looking a little bit, well, there is something at 10:30 that bothers me. I'll bring that up. Whoop. At 10:30, let's snap a picture. We have the introduction of what I feel is possibly the killer. So, when I see this Aquarius energy, yeah, we'll leave it red. Maybe not so fat. Try a pencil, a red pencil. Okay. All right. So, right here, this is actually an Aquarius symbol. Okay. So, you see the little squigglies, the little green wiggle watery signs? That's an Aquarius symbol. That H is Saturn, which represents obsession, rigid rules, I can't even say it, toxicity. Things could be drugs, it could be drinking, it could be somebody fixed on something. I believe it's the fixed energy. And let me show you something. This energy is opposing directly the North Node. That is the North Node. So that's the highest good for all those around is the North Node. This is actually, the Saturn is representative of basically a devil type energy. And it's opposing what is good at this moment. And it is 10:30. So right there, I feel like also you have to remember we're right near the house at 10:30. Okay. So this is Virgo. You could see it as the home body, the house, the energy of a home, as well as Cancer energy right here. So either side is representative of the home. You've got this negative energy, which is represented by Saturn right here, this H. Now, when you look at that, it's an H. Think of hell and then cross it with the religious. So it's the reverse of hell. I mean, the reverse of heaven. And it's literally crossing right here. Now pay close attention. Look at the I got so much on here. See, this is why. Let's get an eraser. Whoops. Let's get this all off here. Okay. All right, now I want you to stay focused on what we were talking about through here. Remember? It's this hell-like energy over here. All right, with Aquarius. And then over here, we even have that arrow. This is the good side. All right? It's being opposed by the Saturn. But also, look at this guy. Do you understand that? Look at that cross. It's crossing paths. What is crossing paths? Well, it's this Taurus energy. And Taurus is the bull. This is persistence. This is push ahead. Don't give up now kind of energy. You don't want to turn back now energy. And with it is this little guy right here. Think of that as like an antenna coming out of the top of a satellite. It's all about transmitting energy. It is a very good way to understand Uranus or Uranus, however you want to say it, is that it's like an energy surge. So it's empowering this bull, right? Persistence. So that's coming into the middle. And then what do we have down here is scorpionic energy. And this is Ethan. And Ethan is full of the sun. Ethan is full of communication and love. He's happy. He's feeling Leo in his protectiveness. Something may have made him feel protective because right here we have Earth. And it happens to be in Sagittarius, which is all about travel. He may be sensing somebody following him, okay? Because he's invoked, if you will, this energy of Earth. Okay. Now let's get that all off there. So this is at 10:30 p.m. Now this is very, very important. I want you to pay attention to this area here. This is why I feel like Ethan and Zaina may have actually been the target. Okay. This is Cancer energy, which is Zaina. She has this moon. All right. See the little crescent moon? And right beside it, on this, we have the Black Lilith. Black Lilith paired up with that Cancer energy. And Cancer is the fourth house, which means your home. It means where you reside. It's with Cancer energy. And we have this crescent moon as well. That's water energy. And what's interesting is when I go across here, are you ready for this, you guys? Whoops, what did I do? There. All right. We're very close in between these two symbols, which is the Saturn, which some people see it as like the dark side of things. It's also restriction. It's the teacher. It teaches you, okay? As well as that's Pluto. Okay? Pluto is your subconscious, your deepest desires, something that you fantasize about, something that it's like nobody else knows. This is your subconscious. We have Saturn with the subconscious, with Aquarius, opposing Zaina. We've got Ethan down here being very, very protective. All right? So I'm going to come up to topside for just a minute before we move on. And so I'm going to grab chat. Well, let me fix the screen first. Whoops. We're doing everything manual. It's always a work in progress here. So Whoops. I say that a lot when I'm like, uh-oh, what did I do? I say, whoops. This is all kind of new. Okay, let's get chat up. How is everybody handling us going through this? Am I, because I see it as like a 3D blueprint, and so for me, it's hard to explain. Am I doing an okay, like, is everybody following? Am I going too fast? Do I need to be more surface? Who's with me? Give me a 1 if you're kind of like understanding the basis of this. If I'm making any sense whatsoever, if I'm just being Pez, quit. No worries, love, no worries. Aw, hi, Bubsy. I think you're amazing, lovely. Giselle says, love it, makes perfect sense. You are perfect. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Hi, ML. How are ya? Harriet, Rhiannon. Good to see you all. PD Connects, Jill, Sassafras, Lone Multi, Megs. Birando, I understand you even this first time with it. Awesome. Okay. Hey, little Lucy. How are you, beautiful? Lorraine's out of 5, but Lorraine, don't panic. You're halfway there. We're going to get into it to where you can see some changes, okay? And when you see the way the changes happen, you'll be like, there's something unique here that's different on this chart. So as the time progresses, it actually gets really strange at 4 a.m. All right? So we're going to work up to it. We are a fan of you. Lun Multi, lovely, you are family. We don't have fans here. That's what cools Mama D off. No, you're family to us. You are. Okay. I'm going to clear my throat and get a drink, so I'm going to mute for a second. Get ready to go again. All right. So I love you guys. Hi, Donna. Miss Alita J. Good to see you. I am going to do this again. And I'm going to hide the chat for a little bit, you guys, so that you can see the charts, okay? We're going to get out of that. So that was 10:05. Let's look here. I want to go to about midnight. Well, where did I put midnight? I may go on too far. That's part of this, is really understanding that when it says 12 a.m., we now change the date to the 13th. Okay? So let's grab a snapshot. Look at the squares. If you know geometry at all, and you know what a square is, you know that this is crazy. Okay, wait. I feel like I need to show you guys something different first. Your train coming through, indeed. Okay. Let's go to one from yesterday. Oh, here. Let's just take the day they moved in. Look at this chart, you guys. Do you see this chart? See how different it is? See, Lorraine, you don't see all these really constricted areas with squares all over. If you look at the little stairs on the bottom on your left, there's only one square. Only one. And that's the day of the move-in. So they had one hang up. Something blocked them from doing something the way they wanted to. But it worked out because seems like they got help with the trine. And it seems like it was easy to handle. It has a sextile, which is that green star, which is in our favor. Okay? It's a good favoring energy. So that is a normal chart. We've done 10:10, 10:15, 10:30. Okay, this is midnight. Now let me grab this. Oops. Good gravy, Miss Molly. Got it. We're in Luck Flynn. Okay. Here's what we want to do. We want to bring this down to about right there. Okay. So, remembering how that chart that we just looked at when they moved in didn't have anything on this side of the entire thing, right? It was all like right here. But look at this. Squares are not cool. Squares stop you in your track. And we have not one, not two. Whoops, not that one. 3. Here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With 5 squares already at midnight. And we've got these 4 trines of energy right there. And the reason that's so important, you guys, those 4 little trines, we already have obstacles. So that's what opposition means. It means 2 opposing signs. So you might get the sun and the moon, opposite signs that are exactly opposite in the solar system from each other, which means you have repelling sources in the universe. Look at all the oppositions. Look at all of them. And look at this weird little get up here, straight down this row and straight down that row. So right off the bat, I've got the sun sign right there, which could be Leo. It could be Gemini. Geminis are also sun-like. And I have a square opposing a triangulation. And with what? Right there, illusion, Neptune. Also, if you look at this right here, which is this H, all right, that is, come on, hold on. I wish you'd quit trying to crop it. I'm trying to make it fit. Almost got it. All right. So this H represents that toxicity right here, is right here. And it's the one with the squares, which is that Saturn, or as I explained, a very toxic energy. So these are the focus at midnight. The Leo sign, or the sun, which is also about communication, as well as Mercury. So there is some serious opposition to communication for 2 individuals strongly. We have one that is a water sign right here, which could be Zana, and we have the sextile, and it's triangulating with that same individual, flirtation. Sextiles are about sexual energy, a kinetic energy, somebody commingling. She is commingling with another energy, okay? We also have that same sextiles down here with Pluto and illusion, where it's more of a flirt. Actually, that was with, let's clear the board so I can see what we're doing. We can get all that off. But yeah, I know I'm going really deep. Okay, so that's midnight. What I want to focus on is this guy right here. So this is Zana, and she's got the Black Lilith, and it is right there. Black Lilith is, you'd have to look at the mythology. Black Lilith can be a very, 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 very intense, feeling like somebody defiled a moral. Like somebody is seeing Zana as she's a scarlet, adultery. They're judging her. And who is it? We go this way, we get Capricorn and Pluto, as well as right here, they also may have that Aquarius and like devil energy around them, that very restrictive energy. But it's so weird that it's opposing her. And look at, all right, so let's get that off the board. Okay. Let me open this up a little bigger. The other thing I found interesting, where was it? I got to look at the, not on this one. Okay. We have a lot of very much so, a lot of flirtation going on here with these sextiles. That's a lot of sextiles. Okay. Let's get off this screen. We'll come back to chat after we go out. Okay. So that was at midnight. We're going to skip 11 p.m. We did 10 p.m. This is the day before. See, the day before, you don't get those 4 triangles. You get the 3 because Ethan must have not been like involved with them in an activity. Now, this is the 11th. This is where I think something weird went down, and the 8th also, but I explain this more over in the other video. But just look at those triangles. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. All right. And these are the days. So, and that was Ethan's. That's the day after. Let me get to the minutes. That's 3 a.m., 2:30, 4:45 a.m., 4:20. I think we're going to start at 2. That's after they found them. Okay, 2 a.m. So already at 2 a.m., we've got the 4 trines that you're getting more familiar with, the sextiles, which are the stars, right? And let the screen pull up. And you can see that we've got 2 sets of triangles. So we have 2 triangles this way, one there and one there. And then the blue changes, and we've got one here, one here. So you can see where the 4 energies are paired up but split up. I'm going to erase it so you can see. You can especially see it right here in the corner where you have 2 together coming to a point and 2 together coming to a point. All right. So we want to look at the points and see where this connective energy is. There's one set. Nope. Let me make a correction. I know how to do this even better. Hold on. Let's erase all this. Okay. So I'm going to take this point and I'm going to draw it. Here we go. And then the third point. And this is where it gets very interesting because it doesn't go to Gemini as much, right? It goes, the focus of this time frame at 2 a.m. is Cancer energy with Black Lilith and the Moon, which is Zena. Over here, I've got Mr. Loverboy that prefers to love, not fight, which is Ethan. And then, this is the thing. Whoop. This is the thing. Right there. See, this guy is either a Pisces, Aquarius. He's got Jupiter expand. Oh, this is a mixture of like acidic acid or something, right? Because right here you've got that deep dark. This setup right here, you guys. This is the killer, okay? You've got this. Let me erase some of that. Okay, you've got this guy, which is Pluto, the illusion. You've got this guy, which is Saturn, the negative, the dark side. So, oh, I didn't mean illusion. Pluto is the subconscious. Sorry. You're coming up on illusion right here. Neptune. And then this little curled 4 up here, that's Jupiter expanding this entire disaster of energy. So I've got this deep, deep, dark shade side of emotion with Pluto in Aquarius with that Saturn energy, with the illusion, the fantasy going through with Jupiter, the expander. And look at this. Let me erase all this. It is the triangulation right here. So it's pointing to Zena, it's pointing to Ethan, and it's pointing to the killer. And the killer basically is either a Pisces, Aquarius type energy right here. Could possibly have Aries in their chart, Pisces in their chart. They definitely have Aquarius strong. I would say they're a Sun Pisces or a Sun Aquarius. That's my guess. They also may share a class in school or do work together with Ethan. And here's why I feel that way. Because right there, I've got the deep feeling with that Pluto energy, that P with the bottom L, okay? And it's in Capricorn. Ethan has strong Capricorn in his natal chart. Does this person? Okay? I'm going to come up to top side for now and see how everybody's doing. Hopefully I've still got people with me. I got to remember how to get back to you. How did I do that? Okay. How are we doing? So this means the killer was targeting them too. Very possible. I can't guarantee that I'm reading the energies exactly right, but that's what I'm seeing is that Zaina was seen and Ethan, there's something with Zaina and Ethan in this chart. I mean, if we really look at the Gemini energy, all I've got is like let me look a little closer before I speak. Gemini. Gemini has that fight energy at 24 degrees, 24.14 degrees. So the girls are riled up wherever they are, but they're in a kind of like a challenging mode. They're not feeling like threatened in any way. They feel like they're in the world, they're living it up because they're Gemini and they're doing pretty good. But with Mercury, they do seem to have a lot of flirtatious energy with the sextiles. And that is with that flirty but not serious energy. The only one that's got serious energy is Zaina. She's got a flirt that is somebody's either flirting with her and they're not kidding. They have it's this Uranus energy of electricity that's in opposition to some squares. And so it's not that she's wanting the attention, but she's getting it. So she is a focus. And I can see that that same energy is opposing both Zaina's energy. And then, like I said, that Leo energy comes from also Ethan. So he's opposing that energy as well. So somebody is opposing the two of them. Like almost like they've got a hot for Zaina, but because they can't have her, she's a harlot, and so I'm going to kill them both kind of energy. But like I said, this is only one way to interpret this chart. And so don't lock in. I'm just trying to explain what energies could be. Okay? Mama D, do you think there was more than one person involved and therefore, whoops, more than one motive, maybe one killer? Actually, I see one. I only see one energy. I only feel one energy, you guys. If they can come up and prove to me there's a second one, I'll eat crow. But at this point, I mean, it's that Aquarius. It's that Aquarius. It's almost like they're on the cusp of Aquarius and Capricorn. So their birthday is somewhere around the end of January, beginning of February, according to my chart. Okay, so Susan Trainer says, fascinating Mama D. If Zaina and Ethan were targeted, then we can all assume it was one of the beautiful blonde girls that was targeted. Okay, I didn't quite get that, but think about it. If Ethan and Zaina are the ones actually targeted, Maddie and Kaylee may have been on the way out, going out that balcony, so that they didn't have to deal with the dog, didn't have to be worried about being seen. Or, just run up the stairs and you're going to go out the door, but this person was on a thrill seeking and they're like collateral damage, clear the floor so nobody leaves no witness. I don't know. if he's a hunter or his name is Hunter. I don't know that. This chart wouldn't tell me a name. But I do want to focus on this Cancer energy of the home. So should we get back in the chart? Are you guys ready for that? I would love to know Jack's birthday. And I'm talking Jack D. Okay? I want to know his birthday, just out of curiosity. If he turned out to be an Aquarius, I could see this completely different. Because whoever is this Aquarius energy, this Aquarius Capricorn, and they could be on the cusp, they're going to have Pisces in their chart as well. Strong Pisces. Strong Pisces, strong Aquarius, and I feel they may be in a class or in a work environment. Maybe all they share is a library for all I know. But I do believe that he knows them. Ethan seems to know this person. Oh, and by the way, I want to go to Ethan's chart real quick. When he was born, I want to show you something interesting. It's very, very cool. And I'd never seen it in anyone else's chart ever. Ethan. Look at the star, you guys. Okay, I'm going to take chat away for a minute, my loves, but I will come back, okay? All right. Look at this. Okay, let's snap our picture. Oh, I can edit. All right. Ready? Oh, this isn't the way I want to edit. Well, this is not the same tool I'm used to using. All right, we don't want to do it that way. Fine. Here we go. This is Ethan's chart, and it's his actual, real birth chart. Okay? I want you to look at what I see right here. This line. The perfect triangle. Now watch close. Stare at that. I'm going to remove that, and you can see the blue one underneath. There's one. Now, are you ready? There's two. Do you clearly see it? I'm going to remove it, and there it is. And then, check it out. I did that wrong. The bottom is screwy. Hold on. There. Now I'm going to remove it. And you can see that one. He has literally 3 births on top of each other, trining out. And they form a star. So watch this. I found this beautiful. One here. One here. And one there. And see the star? I find that extremely, I could spend a year on just his chart. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get out of that. I'll come back up to chat, and then we can dive a little deeper. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep it fairly on the base level. I just really wanted you guys to see that part. Why can't I switch it? Hello? Oh, y'all, hold on. I got to take chat away again. Sorry. I got to get out of this screen. Okay. No, I don't want to say nothing. I just wanted to give you guys a minute to look at. Okay, we're going to move on. Yes, they formed a star. And Ethan is a star. I wish it wasn't because of why. It is. All right, so for those of you that are like, well, I don't know anything about astrology, I wanted you to see. Where is it? I went too far. Hold on. I wanted you to see yesterday's astrology for that location. This is it. Okay? So when you see this, you can see that there's like part of the chart that doesn't even have anything over on it. So when you see all those triangulations over and over and over again, that's not what you see all the time. That's why I'm like, look at the 4 triangles in a row, all in Pluto, which is the subconscious, and in Neptune, which is the illusion, connected to Saturn, which is the toxicity, the obsession, 4 triangles, 4 murders. What? Right? There's a lot to this. Okay, let's get serious. We're going to 2 a.m. Get ready. Do. Maybe, if I can find it. All right. So at 2 a.m., they must all be coming in at the house soon because we still have the energies at 2 a.m. Let me get off here. I'm going to get off chat so that you can see. All right. So we still have those energies of 2 blue triangles over here and 2 blue triangles over here, right? This is at 2 a.m. Let's take a snapshot so we can do some drawings. I love to do my drawings. Okay. Well, before we get up into the drawing aspect, whoop, right there, we've got the 4 triangles. You can already see. Now, think of a dumbbell and how it's got the circle with a stick in the middle and then a circle, right? It's an opposition, right? Well, that's how you can remember an opposition. So right here and right here, we have opposition with Mercury, which is communication, and the sun. So somebody is very unhappy, very unhappy. And when I see these squares right here, those pink squares, they're with the same unhappy individuals. There's unhappy communication because of flirtation. And it goes right to this toxicity. Somebody is extremely jealous. Let's see who's really, really jealous. So, again, 2 a.m. We're getting this more and more focused. More and more focused. So, we now are starting to see this bizarre, weird green out here. I believe that's the killer preparing. I really do. The overall energy of preparing. And I think he's starting to, when I say prepare, look at all this. All the sextiles. He's building, if you will, an excitement. He's got a sextile in Jupiter, which is, well, I didn't mean to hit the Sagittarius, but let me take that off there. In Jupiter, there's the sextile right there. When you look at love, sextiles. When you look at communication, sextiles. When you look at this Neptune energy, which is illusion, big time fantasizing, because we have this block of not fulfilling it through the square. We have opposition to it. And what is it on? The real time. See, this is the midhaven. So the midhaven is the material realm, if you will. It's the center. It's not heaven. It's not hell. It's the middle haven, right? That's the material world. So in the material world, let me erase all this. In the material world, right here is the material world, this entire line. Okay, that bottom line. We can see on that little ladder, if you will, this. And that's that illusion, the fantasy with the sextile, the star, right? Right there. And then he's in opposition and squared to getting it in real life. This is all the killer stuff, and it's all right here. That's just crazy to me. I wasn't expecting to find so much out. So now we're going to look at the houses that he's focused on. Okay. So He's got the seventh house, which is all about it's a revenge. It's about justice. It's about balancing something out. It's about making something feel even. That's the seventh house. Okay. And then he's got the sixth house. Sixth house is about your physical health, how you feel about yourself. Okay. Physical health. And then he's got the five, which is the house of Leo and pleasure. And his house of pleasure is lined up with Pluto. This is a deep, deep emotion that he has fantasized forever. Pluto energy with that Leo house of pleasure. He's fantasized about this type of thing since he was a child of killing. And with this Saturn energy, let's erase a lot of this. With this Saturn energy right here, nope, yep. And the sixth house, he's not in good health. He does not take care of himself. He does not, because this is all about physical health and this is all about toxicity. So he's probably doing drugs. I betcha. Now, also, if you look at the seventh house, remember I told you this is a house of balance. He's got an expansion with Saturn, which is this really dark, shady side of injustice. And when we shrink this up, it aspects right here to our north, to our ascending, which is Virgo, the home. This is so directed. And again, look at this triangulation in the middle over and over again. So let me pull this open a little bit, clear the board. This triangulation is right here. But they're not really coming together yet. Let's move ahead in time. If I can. Maybe. Save it. Move on. If it won't let me go, I'm like, save it. Okay, let's go to 3 a.m. Did I pass it? I did 2:30. Yeah, I was like really wanted to understand this. All right, so I have moved in to 3 a.m. Okay, hold on. Let's take our snapshot. So we got a pen. All right, by 3 a.m., we're still holding this triangulation very strong right here. Very strong. So the four are all in the same place. And by now, we've got all of this lined up, which is incredible at 3 a.m. Everything, all the ducks in the universe are aligned for this event to take place, if you will. We've got a triangulation of energy with the sun expanding with Jupiter. So let me erase that. So here is, how do I do this? Okay. The sun, I went too far, expanding to Jupiter. We have communication with Jupiter, expansion. That knife was communication. Then we have Venus, expansion of emotion. Then we have that square, that wall, denial, restriction with two of these energies. The Gemini, as well as the Leo energy. The one that actually has the sex mark, the sextile, is Zana. And this blocking is coming from restriction from Saturn. So this person feels restricted, but excited by Zana. Not that they don't feel excited about the girls as well, because right here are the girls, and you can see these sextiles, but They're more in the fantasy part, which is the subconscious, the Pluto. Whereas this is electrifying. This is Uranus. This is, I feel this more stronger than these others. All right. Okay. Now, when we look at the actual chart, let's erase my drawings and let's just see how everybody's sitting. All right. Here we go. We go straight up there and you can see, whoop, this is where I feel at 3 a.m. the first murders were about to take place, and I'll tell you why. This triangle points almost directly to Black Lilith. Black Lilith is somebody that is revolting against the norm in an extraordinary, revolutionary way. They're embracing their freedom to the point that they will abandon this planet in a sense. They're the wild card. Where do we have it? In the fourth house, the home. In the home, we have the MC. So this is the midhaven. This is where they are physically right now. So the fourth house is always about the home itself. I've got that with the Black Lilith. It's saying this individual, Cancer energy, is now home. They are home. Also, so we're going to keep this arrow. Nope, not the one I wanted. Okay. So this triangle points directly to Black Lilith. This edge of the triangle points down here. We have this huge part right here, and this is Ethan, and this is Xana. Now, this over here are the girls. This is Maddie and Kaylee. Over here is my other energy, my little window. Again, I've got, well, actually, it's even more so than that, but let's keep it clean. Draw it straight. So this is where I keep coming back between Aquarius and Pisces, and it could be on the cusp, all right? So this person has Aquarius in the Earth realm with the Saturn dark energy. This person also has the expansion of Jupiter in their fantasy, Neptune. They are expanding their energy regarding these individuals here. And they also make a jab out towards this energy right here. Do you see that? So let's look at Kaylee and, okay, so this is where, kinda, all right? And then I've got this little line that comes up here, right? So that's Mars energy. The girls are going to fight. They're going to try their best. Mars energy in Gemini. And so when I come over to the bigger picture of things, hold on. Let me see. I got my Mars energy right there. If I look at my Mars energy, that's the girls. So that's Maddie and Kaylee. All right. Follow that line. You can see there are two squares. Dead stop. When? Around 3 a.m. He may have come in through the top balcony. We have expansion also. So something expands with the girls around 3 a.m. We also have this. I guess that wasn't the mark I wanted to make. This, which is that Neptune fantasy energy. And it's not with the girls. It is sextiling over here. So let's continue. Let me get out of that one. See, 2:30. Don't want to go to those times yet. I want 3:30. Or should we just jump to 4? 4 is the best. 4 makes the most sense. There we are. All right. Now we're at 4 o'clock. This is where it gets absolutely crazy at 4 a.m. in the morning. Look at this. Oh, my Lanta. Give me a break. Here we go. I have never in my life seen anything like this. Count the trines. Okay? Nope. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 trines. Wow, wow, wow. I don't even know how to interpret that exactly. Um, there's so much commingled energy, and the oppositions are with everybody except for this guy, this set of trines. So by 4 a.m., the oppositions are done except for this Venus, which I'm not sure. That could be the killer themselves feeling that Libra energy. Libra is Venus as well. That could be the killer themselves feeling that they've completed their job. There's just so much energy here. I cannot break down at 4 o'clock in the morning what the hell all went down, to be honest. Not and do it justice. But what I can say is let's go to the chart itself. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Okay. That is when all of the triangles come together and point directly to Black Lilith and Cancer energy and the crescent moon. You have all other all of the triangles, all of them, all 17 triangles are literally together. Do you see them? All the blue triangles, 17 triangles overlap. 17 trines overlap at once. Where do they overlap? Xana, Ethan, Killer. And you can see where he got the girls too. Check it out. Right there. It's heartbreaking. And Aries is opposing Libra right here. Aries is opposing Libra. And I said, I felt like there's some Aries in his, there. So there is injustice. There is injustice. To see this 4 o'clock chart, I about dropped my tea. I was like, what? How can there be that many trines? I mean, obviously you can. But I mean, if you understand how there's 17 blue triangles right here. And this is the midhaven. What's happening in real life? Right here. The 4th house, Cancer, Black Lilith, the moon. What's happening over here? Scorpionic energy. It's all about love, communication. And what's happening over here? It's all about something on the earth with Saturn coming real, making it manifested with that Pluto energy of this subconscious. And then you get the Neptune energy with Jupiter. You're expanding your fantasy into a real time. This really is happening. It really happened by the time we get to this chart. It's flooring. I'm going to come up to topside and then we're going to flip it ahead and we're going to look at noon when they're found. Okay? So we're going to jump back over to chat for a minute. Let me get off this screen. We'll discard that. Let's see here. There we go. Let me grab chat. That way I can visit with you. Is anybody else floored by all this? I'm like, oh my gosh. Yes, ruby blue. Megs had a good point. The blue triangles could represent the injuries of all 4 students. Well, that's what I've been saying this whole time, my love, for 2 videos. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we need to do a reading on the neighbor, Jeremy Regan. I think we're going to do that tomorrow. Yes, Lady Truth Seeker. This world is demonic, and the ones that are chosen are the ones that have chosen to fight against it. We're not chosen by anybody. We are of free will, and we choose to fight against it, and therefore we are the chosen. That's a good question, Mama Bird. We'll find out, okay? We'll find out. It takes a little while, you know. Astrology can be intimidating if you try to go too deep too fast. I'm keeping it real like basic. We are skimming the surface of the ocean. We're just on the top surface. We're not looking at like any deeper because it will just get very, very, very confusing. We are going to look at a few other times, you know, just to understand it better. Lady Truthseeker, my mind is blown. This was a human sacrifice ritual. Mama D, you nailed it. Thank you. Well, I wouldn't call it like not a human sacrifice because anybody that murders is committing a human sacrifice. Was this person a devil worshiper? Not necessarily. They could have simply had a lot of Capricorn in their chart and very, very obsessive, but they are filled with Pluto, Neptune, dark, dark energy. I suspect that they were possibly abused for in their youth. They have a messed up childhood. That's for sure. Very ritualistic. I will agree with that. Yes, Megs, you guys are doing great. Do I see this as a possible serial killer? Absolutely. This person had fantasized for a long time. Um, they are they fixed on a target. And I feel like in their mind, they were so deep in their fantasy and it didn't seem real. It was just to them, they were just replaying the fantasy in their head of this wicked, wicked way. And so when they performed this, they had no emotion. They were living out their true, sick, wicked, horrible death fantasy and need to be caught. Correct, Bubsy. All right, should we look at a few more, you guys? Are you ready to take on a little bit more? I'm going to try. Aw, thank you, Muffin Top. I love you. Sending you lots of healing energy. Gave what now? Aw, see why Kyle gave me a super chat. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I truly do. I wasn't able to see the screen. I'm scrolling, you guys. I'm scrolling. Oh, it won't let me go back up. Thank you. That means the world to me. It truly, truly does. I greatly appreciate it. All right. We definitely got to do the Jeremy Regan, the neighbor that had that little smirk, talking about looking in the girls' windows, walking his dog. And what was really weird, somebody just put it in my chat and they just dropped it and they were like, Jeremy Regan is the killer. And that was it. That's what they said. I was like, what? So, my dears, I think some card reading tomorrow will be needed, and that way we can truly understand it. Oh, thank you, Ruby Blue. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let's get going here. I don't want to keep taking up a lot of your time. So I'm going to put chat away for now, you guys. I greatly appreciate that you guys um, don't get upset about that because that way you can see the charts better. Okay, here we go. So that was 4 a.m. I want to go to, let's see what we have. So that was the night before, 2 a.m., 3:45, 4:30 in the morning. Idaho murder noon. Do you see it? Are you ready? I want you to really brace yourself for this. So the victims were all found about noon on the 13th. All right, let's take a picture. We're going to be doing some fancy drawings. Okay. Remember how I told you it was so, oh, we have 144 exactly in chat. Remember, well, it was 143, it's 144. How I spoke of those four trines in a row representing the victims and how strange I found it. And here they are. Look here. And where is it? Expanded. This is Jupiter, and it's with a square. Is that not crazy? Look at that. I'm talking about, I'm talking about this and this. See? Every time I take it from that position, it. Do you see the doubles? So that is Mars. That is your fight. That is you taking charge of something and fighting. Unfortunately, all four of them end with a square in both positions. They do not survive. The square is a dead end. It's a block. It is like everything stops at that moment. So they have a duplicate energy in a sense, showing at noon. Um, and it's alarming. And what's even more interesting is look at all this, all these greens right here, right? So let's get that out there. When you look at those greens, where are they pointing? Fantasy, right here. Points right to the killer. He's got that Saturn, Aquarius, Capricorn, a little bit of Pisces, Pluto energy, all right there. And now are you ready for this, you guys? He's now opposed, and Black Lilith has met the real moon in the house. A Black Lilith moon is nothing to mess with, I kid you not. You can see it. All the blues point to it. All of them. He got what he wanted by 4, or by noon that day. He was done. Now, let's erase this and see if we can find out if he's at the house. He's opposing the house. I can't be 100% sure. Let me look a little deeper here. So I might be making some weird sounds. This is very interesting with Ethan up here. So he was the first one found, I guess, simply because I have everything. The Midhaven, which is the now, so he is found first. Ethan is found first. There's no doubt. Astrology shows me it. Here's how I know. This is Ethan, right? Ethan. Right here, we have a node, which is important, as well as right here. Nope. I have the sun. I have that Venus. I have that. But the most important thing is I have the Midhaven pointing directly to Ethan. So the Midhaven is real. It's the real world. It's the aspect of the world, material, and it's right here with Ethan. And this is at noon. It bothers me a lot. What did I just do, y'all? Oh, I make it worse. Hi. Okay, let's pretend like we know what we're doing. Y'all just pretend. See, we did it. Okay, let's get this a little bit better. I want to understand this right here a little bit better. Yeah, it's so weird. We have the aspect. Oh my God, you guys. I don't even want to say that. This killer was destined to kill. Look, his ascending. Okay, let me erase all this. His ascending, which is his highest path. Look at it at noon. It's literally pointing right between the Aquarius and the Capricorn. It's got Devil right there. It's got Pluto right there. He has fulfilled part of his destiny, unfortunately. That's disgusting. I also want to understand this little guy right here. He's watching. He's not at the house necessarily. Maybe he is. Maybe. Let me look at the house. He's opposing the house. I can't really answer if he's at the house at that time because he's got this opposition to the house. Let me look over on the stairs here. So if we look at the house, where are we? Switch to a pencil. I'm not seeing anything that tells me for sure, to be honest. I find that that 102 is weird in Aquarius because, oh, I'm going to cough. Hold on. I talk too much. I got a dry throat. Probably going to have to jump off now. Um, but let's get up to chat. Oh, we were going to do the day after. All right, let's do that real quick. So this is when the bodies were found. He is on a high. He's got so many sextiles, it's not even funny. Now let's see. Okay, so that was noon. That's 4:33, 45, 2. Okay, what day is that? That's yesterday. That's when they moved in. That's the 5th, the 10th, 7th, 6th, 14th. All right. So remember how that entire time in Neptune we had the four trines, the four blue triangles, which are the commingling of energies that were all connected. And then we got the double sets of the triangles on the day of them being found at noon. If you look, um, oh, I don't want that number to be seen, please. I hope nobody uses that number for craziness. That just don't. All right. So this is basically the day after the 14th, right? And he's moved more in out of his is he? I almost feel like he might be watching the house. I'll show you why. See if I can do this. So, oh, I hate this one because I can't really draw. Can I? Is there anything on here I can draw? Draw. All right, it's going to be in blue. All right. All right. All right. Because I don't know how to do color. Oh, it's in red. All right, I can do it either tool. Learn something every day. This part, this really bothers me right here because this is the house. And this is like he's watching the house. Let's erase this, right? It just really bothers me. And we have this electricity type Taurus push ahead. And then he's right over here. And then this is the house. I don't know. I can't say for sure, but I feel like he seriously is watching the house. But you can see here where we're missing the triangles here. We only have the 3. But after death, we have this, which is terribly sad. And that is basically the breakdown that I have for you today, I believe. Let me see if there was any others. Let's go discard. Was there anything else I wanted to show you before? Those are days leading up. We already talked about quite a bit of this. I still find that very weird that they, on 6/5/2022, I don't see any activity on the house at all. Like it's empty. So they must have signed a lease, maybe dropped off a couple things. That's it. Because this is where it all picks up. Is right up here. Where's that pencil? Nope. Here. See, I have to choose it every time. 6, 6. And if you go 2 plus 0, you get a 2. Plus 2 plus 2, you get 6. And when you look at it that way, you get 2. Nope. You get June, 6. And then the year adds up to 6. It's a warning. It's a warning. Yeah. All right, loves. Let me get out of this whole thing and come up to top side. It's just a surface of understanding a little bit about astrology, as well as understanding how it could be relative. Ouch, Gretchy, stop, baby. Gretchy, stop. It could be relative to the murders, you know? Yeah, I do agree that we have to look at the neighbor. If you can get his birth date, you guys are pretty good. Find out Jeremy's birth date. I'll run it through. We'll find out if he's really obsessed with him or not. But um, there are so many tools that we can continue to use, whether we use the spirit box, which I have a true spirit box on order. It's coming in the first week of December. I took our tarot card money, you know, where we sold the missing, the 1111 mystery deck. All the sales from Thanksgiving went towards our spirit box. So that is on its way. And then we have the ghost hunting tool, as well as cards, the dowsing rods, and a little bit of astrology. Whatever it takes to get this killer off the street is what we're going to do, right? Including, I released an analytical view. If you haven't seen it, it's called In the Mind of the Killer. And I meditate and I go deep, deep, deep into the killer's mind. And that I don't want to revisit, but feel free to check that out. That's a great way to support me. Also, if you want to support me and get something in exchange, right? Go ahead and pick yourself up one of the tarot decks, the mystery decks. I've got them on sale. We had them at $5 for the Black Friday, but they still are at 20% off. So I think they're at like $7 or something like that. So made them much more affordable. Meg says, I really enjoyed the Ghost app and you didn't rush it. And I love that. Well, you know, you're talking to real individuals, real spirits, if you will. So you have to be respectful to them. I love the rods. I wasn't sure when I bought the rods, but now it gives me validation that Source is talking directly to us because I am not moving those rods. I know that. So it floors me every time. I'm always like amazed. Thank you, Natural Healing. I think they're at an excellent price too. You very much. Those cards, if you're looking for getting started in true crime, but you don't know tarot, but you want to use cards, you can use the missing cards. You don't have to know tarot. And it tells you right on the card a breakdown of all the different kinds of meanings to get you started so that you can understand the complexity of the story, right? Thank you, Sassafras. I'm trying. I'm trying. Well, the other thing is I'm just as into the case as you guys. When I could not be a true crime channel, if you will, um, if I wasn't truly in this. Like, I would do this without you guys. I would make friends that were in the same interest as me just so I had someone to talk to about it. So I am very blessed that you guys are there for me, or I'd be like, anybody, I got to tell you about this story. Yeah. Uh, Thank you, Harriet. Thank you. Well, anything that I did is always uploaded, so you can go back and replay, and that helps my channel out as well. July 5th, well, then she would be a Cancer for sure. Well, no. If Zaina's birthday, yes, I'm right. Yes, she would be Cancer if her birthday is 7/5. Definitely. Now, you guys, here's your homework. All right, get ready. Go find me Jeremy. Um, Hold on. What's his last name? I'm looking. What's his last name? Somebody help me out here. The neighbor. The neighbor is sketchy. I agree, Harriet. I'm looking for his name. Jeremy Reagan. All right. Jeremy Reagan. See if you can get his birth date, right? Or another good one is if you were to get one of the Jack's birthday or anybody you're interested in that we feel could be involved in this, get me the birthday because I'm looking for a birthday specifically that's got that Capricorn, Aquarius type energy, even Pisces. So we're looking at the whole like January, February area. That's what I'm looking for. That'll tell me something. Yeah, get Jax. You guys are such good researchers. I'm on the other side of it. I did my research. I did boots on the ground for years and years. I am on this side now, so I'll let you guys do all the hard work. And then I'll just come in and we'll get the charts out and we'll do a read. Um, yeah, we're going to call him GoFundMe Jack. Huh. Okay, you guys, what we've got coming tomorrow. Pay attention. I'm not sure what time. I have a lot going on tomorrow, but I will make time for you. And we're going to do the read on Jeremy Reagan because he got me all suspicious. His all smirking and saying that he's looking through the windows. But what really got me when somebody just dropped it in our chat and it said, Jeremy Reagan is the killer. They didn't say nothing else. How do we know? That isn't like somebody in his building that knows. We don't know, right? So we're going to do a card reading. We're going to do a dowsing rod reading. And who knows? We'll play it by ear, right? I just know I want to spend time with you guys. I love you to the moon and back. God bless every single one of you. Make your day count or your night, right? Bye for now.